Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show, this is BVO.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy, BVO Sports TV. We back. So we got to talk about a lot, man. We got my brother Claymore coming through, man, but we're going to have some fun anyway. But we got a lot to talk about, man. So first things first, man, we got to talk about Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Sanchez. We talking about a really good fight. I think the thing about this fight, though, Shakur versus Teo, I think it won't be as action-packed as people would like because both of these guys have what you would call more of a boxing style, traditional boxing style. And I think Shakur is going to win this fight, mainly because I've really, throughout Teo's career, he's really struggled to be first. I remember when he fought Jermaine Ortiz, he struggled to be first there, and Jermaine Ortiz kept turning him. And he just kind of followed him all around the ring. Even with Steve Claggett was coming right for him. He did great because he was coming off the back foot, but he still got touched up quite a bit. I just think what Teo got to do is focus on being first. What we seen with Arnold Barbosa, I thought was a great look. Seeing him be able to box, seeing him be able to use the movement, it was great to see. But at the end of the day, man, Arnold Barbosa is not somebody that I'm hang my hat on. That's not somebody I'm gonna hang my hat on to see. But I'll say this: it's one of them things where I think going forward, I think we got a lot going on in boxing. I think it's gonna be great to see what happens. Oh, we got my man. How you feeling?
What's good, family?
Oh man, all is well, man. So we gotta talk some boxing with you, man. I ain't seen you in a while, so I gotta ask you this before we get going, man. What did you think about seeing Xander Zayas become champion?
I mean, I thought that was great, man. I thought it was a good thing to see, man. I like to see the younger generation getting involved in this conversation of where boxing is heading. People like Xander Zayas, Abdullah Mason. I want to see Shushu Carrington as well. A lot of these young guys, Brian Norman Jr., obviously. The next generation of fighters, the next generation of champions, that hopefully are looking to get some legacy going, right? Hopefully looking forward to unifying, chasing unifications, chasing undisputed, chasing all that great stuff we like to watch.
So speaking of that, let me ask you this, because to me it was a little different. I thought it was like in that fight you seen Xander, in my opinion, he did a lot of running. But it's like when black fighters run, it's Tom and Jerry. But when a Spanish fighter won, it's boxing. Is that just me, or have you kind of seen that same kind of double standard in the ring? Because I thought Xander did a lot of running. It wasn't like Roy where he was moving around, picking his spot. It was pretty much like he was trying to get the hell out of there. What did you think?
Nah, I didn't think he was running, man. I thought he was boxing. I thought he was doing a great job boxing. And as far as the black fighters, I think that's inside the community. You know what I mean? Obviously, they emphasize on what Devin did with Jose Ramirez and what Shakur did with De Los Santos. I think they exaggerate that a lot, especially with those two guys. When you really look at Shakur Stevenson, he doesn't really run a lot at all. He actually stands right in front of his opponents. He controls the distance and makes sure he's hitting and making them miss, but he's not running. And Devin, that fight he did with Jose Ramirez was just, I've never seen him fight like that before. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that's a normal thing for Devin Haney. But look, man, boxing is a sweet science. You know what I mean? And I think real boxing fans and enthusiasts understand that. I think sometimes we just exaggerate some things more than they need to be. But as far as like Turkey and the Tom and Jerry things, look, new promotional companies spending a lot of money, promising to bring boxing back into a different space, getting a lot of pushback for that Fatal Fury event. He's trying to defend it and protect the brand and protect the name of of the movement he's doing. But look, man, boxing is a sweet science, man. And I don't see a lot of running around. I didn't see Xander doing that much running either. I think he was moving. I think he was handling his business against a puncher, against somebody who only benefited if they sat there and fought each other like some, you know what I mean, like he had no sense. Not everybody has the ability to do what Xander does. And I'll be honest with you, I think Xander's going to be one of the best junior middleweights in the game. I think he brings a lot of different intangibles to that whole entire division that most of those fighters fighting each other, it's like mirror images of each other. They like to stand in there. I mean, that's why it's called the Hornet's Nest. But I think there's room in there for a fighter with Xander's eyes, his style, to take advantage of a lot of fighters who don't box that well. And I think you're going to see him, I'll be honest with you, I think he's going to unify. I think he's going to do a lot of great things. I don't know if he's going to go undefeated or anything like that, but he's going to be one of the top dogs in there.
I agree with that too. I think he is the goods.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he ran in his last fight either. BVO's a little tough on these guys, but he has his opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The man, the only style that the man like is, according to him, is the Mexican style and the Soviet style. That's what BVO coming from his.
Nah, go on. Hey, don't listen to this country bumpkin, man. We're gonna send him back to We're gonna send him back to the fish fry, man.
You said it. I'm just using your words, my brother. I'm just using your words.
Straight like that.
But let me ask you this, man. When we seen Shakur Sanchez stand in the pocket and fight Zepeda, do you think he gets enough credit for that win? Because I didn't see him doing that.
You know, I was talking earlier today on the show, and I was talking about how, you know, there's a real casual space, obviously, in boxing today, right? Real casual. But there's also, and that's what this whole entire September 13th event is about, right? It's about introducing the casual space into actual falling in love with boxing again. You know, I just think fans are a little too fanboyish over fighters, and you know, everything seems to revolve around fighters, a particular fighter or a particular promotional company. And I think there's not enough people who really appreciate boxing for what it is. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of boxing in the world, but I'm a pretty big boxing fan. You know, I'm the dude sitting at the house watching the WBC Grand Prix, right? I'm sitting there that's what I'm doing. I'm watching the Grand Prix. I don't know none of the fighters there. I'm being introduced to new talent that I'm looking forward to see what they do in boxing. I'm watching pro box. I'm watching boxing. Yeah. I like to see the sweet science. Generally watch the sweet science. It doesn't really matter the fighter so much. Now, I'm not above being a supporter of fighters. And I say that because I used to say I'm a fan, but I'm be honest with you, it's kind of like that rainbow flag. Like it used to just be a flag, a rainbow, you know, colors, but you know, there's a certain community that's kind of taken that and made their theirs. So it's like, you know, I'm not walking around with no damn rainbow flag, or, you know what I mean? Because I'm not trying to get confused. And I think the fans in the space is the same thing. I think being a fan and calling yourself a fan is kind of, you know, it's kind of feminine today, because the way you see these fans act over their fighters is diabolical, right? So I'm gonna say I'm a supporter of fighters, and I don't think there's nothing wrong in supporting a fighter. If you're a Brian Norman supporter, or Gervonta Tank Davis supporter, or Devin Haney supporter, I think all those is all good. But I do believe there should be a hierarchy, and I believe boxing should always be at the top of the list as far as what's being celebrated. So, you know, I just land my plane just to say that that there's this event happening next week is introducing the casual space, being that it's not a bunch of Terrence Bud Crawford fans only and Canelo Crawford fans only, and that's why the undercard looks like the way it is. It's about people sitting down and enjoying boxing, watching boxing, and watching good matchmaking and what competitive fights look like, 50-50, 60-40 fights look like, instead of these lopsided, you know, here's the star of the show and here's the food that we're feeding him. And, you know, you guys get to watch the lion eat the gazelle that's tied to a tree pole, to a tree or something. You know what I'm saying? It's not like watching the actual hunt. You know what I mean? So that's what this is all about. You know what I mean? That's what this new wave, and that's what I appreciate about what Saudi Arabia brings to the space, is that, you know, eliminating the pay-per-view model, that robbed a lot of new potential fans out of seeing boxing and falling in love with the sport, that they had to pay $60 to $80, $100 to watch an event. They chose not to when you had the UFC, right, showing events. They had pay-per-views too, but just as many free events. So that's the whole point behind this movement, man. And I want to see the boxing space embrace boxing for what it is, man, especially American boxing, because we need it.
And you know what I would say this, man, because you're my brother and I love you. But embracing this Saudi Arabia is like embracing cancer. I don't see the purpose in it because it destroys American boxing. And the thing that makes American boxing great is watching these guys come up. I think the way we consume television has changed. So when we were younger and we was watching sports, like I remember in '96 watching was it Michael Johnson with the gold shoes? We're not seeing boxing in that same way where we see the Olympics and get excited about a guy. I remember when Andre Ward won the gold medal, I was 10 years old. I was so excited, like, who is this guy? You know what I mean? Right. You got Shakur, when he won the silver medal, he cried like a newborn.
Yeah.
So I think it's the way it's being consumed, not so much about what it's doing, because boxing really hasn't changed, man, because it was some, whether you want to be honest or not, it was some Floyd fans that we hated. It was some Roy fans we hated. Well, they thought Roy couldn't lose. And, I ask you this, seeing what you're seeing now, like, particularly with, and I'm not always trying to bring him up, people say I am, but when you see Abdul Wahid fight Jake Paul, what do you think about that fight?
With me, you talking about Gervonta and Jake, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm not happy about that fight, right? I'm not happy about that fight. But look, man, these fighters have different reasons for why they're in the sport, and they're putting their lives on the line. You know what I mean? And they're the ones in the ring. So would I rather see Gervonta Tank Davis make these bigger fights happen? Give us a couple of fights, maybe Shakur, maybe T.O., make an effort to dial into what his fan base wants or what the boxing space wants, and give something back to boxing, being that, in my personal opinion, boxing has made you a very wealthy person, generational wealth that's given to you. So the fans have supported you, pay-per-views, filling up the arenas that you perform in. And I think it's not too much for a fan to ask for his favorite fight or whatever have you, to give him certain fights. But at the end of the day, most importantly, Tank has to do what Tank feels like is good for him. Am I a fan of this fight? No, I'm not. I'm not a fan of this fight. Am I going to watch the fight? Yeah, I'm going to watch it. Right.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to watch the fight. You know what I mean? I'm a boxing fan, and I want to see. I want to see if I want to see this, what happens with the height difference, the arm reach difference, the weight difference. I want to see if Tank can hurt Jake Paul, obviously, and we're gonna watch to see if Jake Paul can hurt Tank. But as far as for boxing is concerned, believe it or not, I think it brings a super casual fan base to the screen, and I hope that the undercard delivers the right way, and that it highlights and showcases some real talent, some real boxing going on. And man, listen, man, you can't get everything you want, man. I kind of accepted Tank for who he was at the Lamont Roach presser, right? With the first presser, once he kind of made it clear that Shakur didn't do nothing to earn a fight with him, and that he was going to retire, and once he kind of took that whole entire approach to how he was looking at boxing, I kind of was like, all right, well, that man ain't fighting. And I think a lot of the fighters did too. I think a lot of his fans have a hard time with boxing moving on without him. You know what I mean? That boxing is not really pushing him to be that way. I mean, you got some channels that are huge Gervonta Tank Davis fans, and they want to make their content about Gervonta every single day, even though the man is not giving you no content to talk about. but
they in love.
Yeah, they want to make him more relevant than I think he really is. I think he holds a WBA title. That's the last thing, if anything, I'd like him to consider. Listen, if you're not going to compete, defend that title, unify, be part of the conversation. Listen, you don't need that belt. Right. You are big enough to do whatever you want without that belt. Your name carries enough weight. Allow boxing to be boxing. Allow the division to move forward. Allow Schofield and Lamont Roach to fight for it, or Lamont Roach and Lucas Body, or allow the belt to be vacated. Even if you're going to go on recess for a minute, you can come back. But let boxing move forward. but I'm not caught up on the Tank Davis topic as much as other
Yeah.
people are. I'm kind of over him.
I
So
think the
I
fight
got
gonna go like Mike Tyson did. I think it's gonna go just like that.
well, I got two more things I'm gonna kind of pass it around from here. But one thing I want to ask you, man, is how do you always keep fighting the good fight? Because you one of my favorite people to watch, man. Because
Thank
you
you.
get up there and man, you will say how you feel. A lot of times I've been thinking you dead wrong, but the
Yeah.
thing I always wonder is how you fight through. Because I've never seen a dude get vilified for saying, "Hey, I want to watch traditional boxing." I've never seen that before. And how do you get past that? Because I really admire that out of you, bro.
Man, I appreciate that, man. Thanks. It was hard in the beginning, to be honest with you, but I'll tell you what, man. There's also people like yourself, you know what I mean, that appreciate the perspective. They appreciate the passion for the sport, right? That I have. Like you said, disagree with me or agree with me. There's enough people that appreciate it that make what I do worthwhile. I understand that in the beginning when I first popped up on the space, I was, on somebody else's channel, you know what I mean, talking just like everybody else, hitting a link button, going up there, sharing my opinions. And I think people appreciated me a little bit more in the beginning, but it's just like once they find that you're not on their side, what they gave you as respect in the beginning becomes a threat in the end, right?
Right.
So the respect was, man, this guy knows what he's talking about. The threat came into the possibility of me being on the opposite side of a conversation, right? And maybe being able to debunk or help the other side. And this is what the YouTube space that I came into is. So I'll tell you this. I've gotten into a place to where in order for me to really be effective one way or another, there's a certain amount of respect that I have to have for somebody. A blind person calling me ugly, it's just like I can take it with so much weight, right? Like I just gotta be like, okay, I mean, but really, I mean, are you really qualified to speak on my looks? You don't see, right? You're blind. So same thing with a lot of these so-called fans. They're not really fans of boxing. And it's all based off of usually one fighter or a promotional company that they don't want me to hold accountable. They don't want me to question or whatever have you. So yeah, man, I don't really pay attention to them. I don't hang out where I'm tolerated. I try to be where I'm celebrated, man, and I'm good with that.
Yeah, because the reason I even brought it up is because I watched you a bunch. I've never really heard you say anything that I would think would be outlandish or even borderline crazy.
Yeah, no, they can't stand me.
Other than you probably not giving Canelo his fair due as pound for pound number one. Other than that, I think you do a great job, man. But my last question before I give it to the guys is this. When you look at a Scooter Davis, Emiliano Vargas, how excited are you about boxing when you see these young guys coming up?
I'm very, very excited, man. The boxing, Marvis Marvin Hagler made that statement. Don't quote me word for word, but it was basically it's hard to get up, get ready for a fight and go run when you're waking up in silk sheets and silk pajamas, right? Or something like that. These young fighters are hungry, man. They're looking to make a name, they're looking to make money, they're looking to separate themselves from each other, right? And it's kind of like college football to a certain degree, right? College football just has a whole different vibe and energy to it because those guys, work their asses off to be in a place to where their next step is going to be getting money and take care of their family. So they really put it in, you know what I'm saying? While they're in college, you know what I mean? If they made it that far, they usually they understand what the assignment is. And yeah, seeing Scooter Davis and like the main names you mentioned, Emiliano Vargas, and even that, like I said, Abdullah Mason, man, so proud to see that kid who's really a man get an opportunity to become a champion. And I'm so proud that he gets an opportunity to do it on a huge stage, probably get a good payday. You watch the work that family does, the fathers, the brothers, living in the house the way they do. They did a little all access, man. You can't help but be happy for them to see them get to this point.
They like Mexicans, man. All of us like 3 to a bed.
Listen, man,
that's crazy.
And being that they're moving inside the structure of Islam,
Mhm.
I love watching them pray together and just hold each other down. And I bet you all the money in the world, bro, like because they're all together, man, they don't even feel the burn. You know what I mean? As far as maybe they'd all like to have their own rooms or they'd all like to live a little bit better, man. That family gives you that that validation that you know, when you don't gotta look outside, everything's inside your home that you need, man, that is a secure feeling. So
Yeah.
all those young fighters, I love it. I think this new generation of boxing is about to be one of the best
Mhm.
eras of boxing. I think we're heading into a golden era of boxing right now.
Once we get rid of the people, you know, these guys that's active. Once we get rid of them, I think the new cats like Abdullah Mason, all of them. You got the Vargas kids. You got you still got some young fighters. I don't want to go on and on and on, but I
Oh
feel the
yeah.
same way as you. Like them young boys there, they see how they can be called a dub. They see the bad stuff that's going on right now. I don't feel
Mhm.
like they're gonna be that way. I feel like they're gonna be different. Hopefully,
I mean,
Yeah.
when I look at Tiger Johnson, I'll
Yeah.
say this: when I look at Tiger, I look at Emiliano, and the thing I'll say now, a lot of these guys, I think they don't know how to fight, but they know how to box. I feel like a lot of these guys are training for like the wrong sport. Like when I look at Tiger Johnson, it's like, is he training for football or is he training for boxing? I think they got to get rid of these strength and conditioning coaches. That's just my opinion. But go ahead, Dub. I know you got something.
Man, I'm breaking up over here. So y'all keep the conversation
Oh,
flowing. I'm
okay.
just
nah,
trying to
you
figure out
good,
what's
Dub. You good.
no, it's so while y'all talking, it'll freeze up and then it catch me back up too fast and I'll be done miss
Oh,
something that y'all said. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
salute, Dub, by the way. I ain't see
Hey
you in the
man, what's
room,
going
man.
on, my
Salute.
brother? How you feeling?
Doing good, family. Good to hear you.
Always good to talk to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What do
Nah,
you
man.
think about that with the strength and conditioning coaches? I think they're effing boxing up. I really do.
I
I,
think you bring back legacy, you bring back that competitive part of the sport. The fighters will do what they need to do. They'll build their team, they'll search out. You know, when the best start fighting the best, everybody starts moving around accordingly to be ready to fight the best. And I think that's the key, the most important key element of this whole entire equation, right? Is that these fighters need to be motivated the right way. They need to have the right vested interest in this space. And I'm telling you, I believe wholeheartedly that 9, I'll say 8, just to be fair, not make it
Mhm.
damn near 10 out of 10. I'll say 8 out of 10 of these fighters start off wanting to box based off of legacy. I think they
Yeah.
see things, they see their favorite fighters with belts being celebrated, right? In the biggest way, and the money, of course, and all those things. So, you know, they end up getting to the pros, and you know, salute to TBE, you know what I'm saying, to Floyd Mayweather, who I think is one of the best boxers I've ever watched box. I think he's a great boxer.
facts.
But I believe that he was a little toxic, you know what I'm saying, to this space
No,
of
yeah.
boxers.
With that undefeated stuff kind of threw the game off a
Yeah,
little bit.
I think
But
his
that was
message,
his thing, and
yeah.
that was his thing at the time. See, they don't want to change. Like they want to be, and all of us hardcore fans say, all the young boys want to be Money Mayweather without being Pretty Boy Floyd. We've been saying that for years. You know what I mean? So I
But
feel
Craig, that
like
was 11 fights, man. I still don't understand how 11 fights is so
yeah,
overvalued.
but they want the money and the chains and the Lamborghinis, but they want to fight once a year. When Floyd was getting it cracking, like he was putting hands on people like
Mhm,
Corrales and Gotti and Jesus Chavez, and he had
mhm.
tough fights like Chop Corley and Emmanuel Gus's back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Castillo was tough the first fight, but you know what I'm saying? Like Floyd went through the gauntlet. These young boys only a few of them. They're not willing to do it, bro.
What you
Nah,
think, Free? I think Free fell on the steps.
He
I
My
definitely
think he,
bad.
did.
My
I
bad.
think
Go
he
ahead.
fell down the steps. What are you talking about? What do I think about what?
See, he fell on the steps. My bad.
See,
but
BVO
but
always
no,
be talking ish, and then somebody pop up on him.
no, what I was saying, what I was basically talking about, we was just talking about how like Floyd kind of overvalued it. But I guess my thing with it, Clay, is I've seen Floyd execute the biggest con job of all time, because he say belts don't matter, but when you go to his house, what's the first thing he's showing?
yeah,
Every
all
belt
those
he's ever
belts.
owned.
Yeah, I mean, he has so
Bro,
many belts, and he's proud of them, right? Like he shows them, like look in my room. He shows it right there next to his money. Like he shows that almost as much as he show. But
I thought he
like,
meant when you get to a certain status that the bells don't matter.
you
I
know,
don't think that
honestly,
he was
yeah.
talking about a 19-year-old, 20-year-old kid like Xander Zayas, who's the youngest champion current
Mhm.
right now. I don't think he was talking like that. But when you're like Mayweather name, when you're like Pacquiao name, then that's when that terminology applies. Belts don't matter because I think they absolutely do matter.
Well, let me say, can I jump in real quick, BVO?
go ahead.
Uh, Now let me say this. He said that belts don't matter stuff when the Devin was trying to get Ryan in the ring, and he was letting Ryan know that he was the A
Oh
side.
my God.
Don't take no.
Oh my
Well,
God, Clay.
I
Did you
mean,
see what
can
he
you
just
keep?
did?
I
You
mean,
see what
can
he
we?
just
I mean,
did?
let's talk what we talking. I mean,
Go
I
ahead.
can't. I ain't got in on nothing. And the
Go
tank
ahead.
fight is an exhibition. I don't
My
expect to
bad.
see nobody get hurt.
Nope.
So I'm hoping for an undercard because the
Yeah, a
exhibition
fire
is going.
undercard.
Yeah, the exhibition gonna be a lot of ring around the rosy.
I think it's going to be like with Mike Tyson, pulling punches. I don't think that Jake is going to try to hit, even if he tries to engage and try to do something to Tank. Tank is so good with his IQ. He's not going to be, Jake Paul not going to be able to put hands on him. Only when Tank try, if they fought, if Tank tried to do something to him. But if he walks and try to do something to Tank, man, I don't think he can touch Tank. Like, I don't think that
Well,
he can hit him.
if that's the case, let me ask you this, Clay. What do you think about Calvin coming out saying he's scared for Tank's life in this fight?
Who?
That's just,
Calvin?
that's
He said
crazy.
he said
I
he
didn't
was
hear
Calvin?
scared.
that.
Oh man, you know,
I didn't hear that.
oh man.
Came out this
Calvin
morning with
Ford
that.
to me. You talking about Calvin, right?
Yeah.
Calvin Ford.
Um, I just don't listen to him when it comes to Tank.
Facts.
I don't listen to him, and I don't listen to Kenny.
Yeah.
And
Respectfully.
respectfully, right? Because seriously, respectfully, because when it
Respectfully.
comes to boxing in general, I like to listen to him talk about boxing. When it comes to Tank, I just kind of I write them off, you know, just like I write Tank off as far as the lightweight division is concerned, because listen, man, they've come from some humble beginnings, man, and they've seen Tank grow up, and obviously, a rough life that he grew up in, dealing with
Mhm.
the type of and they have a real soft place in their heart for him that's beyond boxing. And they've kind of been given the responsibility and have the weight of defending Tank no matter what he does, which is why I think Calvin stays out from in front of the camera, because I think it's hard to speak on Tank in an honest way. I think it's a difficult task to not hold that young bull accountable. And it's like, I'd rather just not say nothing because there used to be a point where Calvin would try to speak on it, but he make Tank not look as good as he tried to make him look.
Tank would go the other way. He
He
would
would
say
make him
something complete
angry.
opposite.
Right.
He'd make
He
him
would say
angry.
something completely opposite. So Calvin might be on a podcast doing this thing, and Kenny and them might be saying one thing, and then Tank would be like, "No, if you ain't hearing from me, you know what I mean?" Basically. So I'm with you. I
I
stopped
told
listening
y'all a
to
long time
when they
ago.
start talking about Tank. Go ahead, Free.
No, I was saying I told y'all a long time ago when it comes to Tank Davis' decision, as far as what he's going to do, it's not Calvin Ford and Kenny that makes those decisions. It's whoever his CEO of his promotion company, Al Heyman and Tank Davis. It's not Calvin Ford. They're not in those rooms when they're doing the negotiations. They might say what they would like for Tank to do, but they're not making that decision as far as who Tank is going to fight next or anything like
Free,
that.
do
Hey, hey, it's up to
Have you
Leonard Ellaby, man.
yeah, I'm about
Leonard
to say
Smellerby,
Leonard
man.
Ellaby, is he still
have
the
you have you ever
CEO of
heard of hey
DTD?
Clay? Hey, have you ever heard of that movie Uncle Buck?
Yeah.
I feel like whenever I hear Calvin and Kenny talk, it's like watching Uncle Buck.
Mm.
It's
That's
like
crazy.
you wait for them to say something stupid, and then like they had a whole thing where they said, "Oh, fighters don't treat you right," and blah blah blah. Then they came right back and said, "Oh, we want to talk about Abdul Wahid," and it's
I
like
don't think that he was. I don't think that they was on
even
that one.
even if he was, so you my
Yeah,
son, I'm
you're
not
right.
your
You're right.
son. I can say what I want.
You're
I
Yeah,
right.
don't
I
know
don't
how
know.
people
I,
do
I
with
don't
their
know if they
kids.
weren't saying either. I'll be honest with you. When they dialed that back and said that, man, um,
I genuinely felt that he didn't mean any harm, but
I don't think he meant any harm, but I do think he was speaking from his heart, and I think that boxing hasn't treated him And listen, man, I don't think you can separate the two. Do I think Gervonta's been like mean? I don't know, but I do believe. Listen, man, when we saw what happened in that Lamont Roach fight, in the preparation for that fight with the press conferences and Calvin not being on the stage and Calvin not being the head trainer and Barry Hunter being the trainer, and even the chemistry, the dynamic that they worked with each other inside that ring after the fight was done, as they were waiting on the judges, you saw Calvin just kind of like standing there, and Tank walked by him and like almost threw him damn near in.
Yeah, that was a little strange.
There's some weird things, you know what I'm saying, that
But I
have
thought
happened.
my notion was that Coach Calvin was booked with younger talent, and that's what I was hearing. But I don't know how true that is. But that's what I was just hearing.
Yeah, I don't know.
They got a really good. They got a good.
Hold
on, let me say this real quick. They got a really good. What is he? A featherweight? Noah Smash Ash. He actually was number 2 in the nationals this past year. The thing with him is that nigga's hitting like bricks. That's so that's the thing about him. He's hitting like, you got to check him out. Noah Smash Ash.
Noah really Smash Ash or Noah Ash? Is he?
Noah Ash.
Right now?
He's actually he turns pro. I think he's turning pro at the end of September. You know how they sign little deals where they get a little cheese to keep fighting amateur for a little longer. So he got a little cheese to do that. I think he's going. I honestly think he could get a title. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he is pretty good. I like.
He would have to get. I would say this though. He would have to get away from Calvin and them, because they probably not. I don't think it's good to be in Tank shadow. What do you think about that?
Do you feel like Calvin has a tried true system? Like, is he producing champions?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't mean. That doesn't mean you're not. Wait a minute. That doesn't mean you're not doing fun.
Let me finish real quick, bro.
That's not fair, but go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you why I say that. It's just like, okay, you're going to get a luck every now and then, like say for instance, like in football. One of these little dudes is going to be somebody. You just don't know who. I think they just got really, really blessed, and because if he was that, it would have been other guys coming to him. Remember, it was other guys coming to DJ. It was other guys trying to get in touch with what's my man's name? Emmanuel Stewart. If you're a great coach, the whole world knows it. We haven't seen anybody come to Tank's coach but Tank. So that kind of let me know. And if you ask me, he looked better with Calvin Cunningham than he ever did with Kenny and Calvin. Because for me, I feel like they're trying to make a power puncher a doggone counterpunch. They're trying to make him like a light-skinned Danny Garcia. What are y'all trying to do? Always have him on the back. Watch him fight. They always try to make him fight on the back foot. And if you got that kind of power,
I just feel like he put on for the city, though, BVO. He put on for the youth and the kids.
If you're going to fight, if you're going to have that kind of power, Clay, we always know you're going forward or you're going side to side, never back. But this is a power puncher who's always going back. Remember, he was countering off Frank Martin going backwards. That's not how you
He vicious going backwards, though, BVO. He vicious.
No, he's not. He can say fuck nobody. You put him in there with Shakur
I ain't gonna argue with that.
He's not going to do that with Sanchez, bro. Sanchez is going to beat his ass. I'm just telling you right now.
I mean,
that Puerto Rican will kill him if he can go backwards like that.
I just feel like that Calvin Ford. I don't want to put nothing bad on Calvin's name because he does a lot for his. No, I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying.
You know what's so sad?
They won't let me finish. See,
only in our space do you hear people say, if I make a critique, I'm hating.
Right. I wanted to say the same thing. Like, I'm not putting a bad on him. I'm just being honest to just speak on. Well, this is boxing. Calvin Ford is a man, and what he does for his community can still be celebrated at the highest level. I know
that's all I was saying.
So
Prize just pro-black. That's all that is.
That got nothing to do with the fight game. But he did that. You got to watch Malcolm X.
all we doing is speaking on the program as far as what it produces, and just saying, listen, man. And you know why I said it? I'm gonna tell you why I said it, right? Because I feel like the passion from the sport. They say you judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. Right. That's what you do. And I'm asking, what fruit is this tree truly bearing? And is there enough focus? We know Tank is days is numbered. He's lost his enchantment with the sport. He's not there right now. He can return at any time he feels like it. He can return. He can make a big announcement and say, listen, I'm back. I want all the belts. I want all the fights, blah, blah, blah. And he could just turn the whole boxing space crazy. Everybody would just go crazy, right? But until he does that, he hasn't done it. So what's the plans outside of Tank? What are you going to produce? What are you going to put out there? I know you're operating with the amateurs in the space, but if your program is truly a tried true program, I mean, at least you see Kenny like working with Jaleel Hackett, and he's working with some people. But have you lost your love for the sport as well? Where are the fighters at? You did something with Adrian Broner. He got his tooth knocked out his mouth. You know what I mean? I'm just asking, just for a friend, right? Like, what has that program?
Did he ever find that tooth, Claymore?
Yeah, they found it.
Did he give it back to him? Did Blair give it back to him?
Hold on.
That's crazy.
Ohio, man.
He didn't put it around his neck like Maidana.
That's crazy.
Shout out to AB, man. Shout out
He getting in shape though, brother Claymore. He getting in shape. You see his Instagram today.
I'm hearing he might be trying to fight somebody.
Brother told us earlier,
Castle, bro. Like
no, that's not true. Adrian Broner, he posted today, and he's coming down. He can cut weight quick, so he's on his way.
No, he used to be able to cut weight.
But Dub, I seen him today though, Dub, and he looks way better than he did last month or the month before.
That ain't hard. The man was standing outside by a $39.99 grill with a black belly in his drawers.
Dub, how much that was a long time ago, Dub. I'm talking about today.
Was it? Hold on.
Yes, it was.
Right. You gotta stop this pro black crap, bro. Jesus Christ, man.
See, that's what's wrong. See, when I root for the American fighters, it just so happen they black, I'm wrong. But everybody can root for Mexican fighters.
No.
The Puerto Ricans can root for.
That say, hey, I only vote for niggas. You might as well put that on your shit. I only go for them.
That's crazy.
Oh, we gonna support blacks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm not saying
I'm
plenty of
not just
blacks
supporting blacks. I'm supporting the American fighter. They just so happen to be black, most of them.
All right, so I mean, listen.
You ain't getting Richard Torres no love.
Well, we show David Benavidez love. That's the black Mexican.
He's a black Mexican.
I show David Benavidez love. Right. I show.
I can't wait till
we on code.
I can't wait to Canelo beat the right side of him. I'm so tired of
man. Come on, see, that's crazy.
He ain't fought nobody. Clay, he ain't fought nobody, man.
That's crazy.
Benavidez.
That's crazy.
Nah, David fought people.
Who he fought? Give me two people.
He fought Caleb Plant. He fought Demetrius Andrade. He fought David Morrell.
They was half dead when he got him. Come on, Clay, stop doing
the dog. He fought the dog. He fought the dog before he was dead. He wilding right now. Anthony the dog the real.
Hold up, right? David Benavidez.
Hold on, y'all order. Let Clay go. My bad.
They fight. He's fighting the fights that's in front of him, bro. He has no choice. He can't do nothing about it. He's pushing. He's been pushing for a Canelo fight. He pushed for winner of Dimitri Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. Listen, man, that man is trying to make the fights happen. That's all you can ask for these fighters at the end of the day. Now, listen, I don't know who you felt like he should have fought that he didn't fight. How about that?
His man's is ducking.
I'm gonna ask you this, Clay. No, that's like me giving Rocky Marciano credit for beating Joe Louis off the ring.
Okay.
The dudes he fought was half dead.
No, stop that, man. What about Anthony Darrell? Don't get disrespectful.
Anthony Darrell was half dead.
No, stop it.
Crazy.
Stop.
That's
crazy.
Wasn't.
Come on, bro.
That's crazy.
He was champ. Anthony Darrell was champ.
So will you admit that Canelo knocked him?
I already said Canelo ducked him. It's not something.
Okay, so if Canelo ducked him, what you want him to do? The best guy that you want him to fight ducked him.
But he ducked Canelo back, Clay. Didn't he duck Canelo back and go to fight at 175? He
didn't duck Canelo back. Canelo didn't offer him a fight. How can you duck somebody when there's no offer?
Bro. That's unfair. That's not fair. That's like people try to do Shakur. They try to do that with Shakur and Tank. They try to say, "Oh, now he talking about he don't care if that fight don't get made. He looking at other fights." And it's like, what? Come on, bro. You know, These fighters can't do this, man. These fighters can't hang
No,
around.
the man literally said Canelo Alvarez is not trying to fight me. I'm gonna move to 175 and make my own legacy. If he wants to fight, I will come back down to 68.
Which
He
he shouldn't
literally
do,
said
in
it.
my opinion.
Which and if he
He should
does do
come
that,
out.
I
If
think
we
Canelo
fight,
He got a
can.
family to feed. He want
he should
payday
have a
too.
5 pound. He should have a 5 to 10 pound rehabilitation club.
Oh
Biggest
Lord,
hit.
man,
That's crazy.
you can't make it, man.
This is
Come
crazy.
on, man, BVO.
You didn't. They didn't. They didn't. He didn't came in like a thief in the night. Took the man belt and didn't want to give him an opportunity.
Yeah, but
Nasty.
he knows.
Nasty
Everybody
work.
knows what's going on with Canelo. Let me tell you that David Benavidez stains will stay on Canelo for his whole entire legacy. And listen, it won't nullify his legacy as far as Canelo has accomplished and done a lot of things in boxing, but we will always remember this David Benavidez era.
Facts.
This era of
Clay,
not
Clay,
It's gonna go
see,
down like
let
Lennox Lewis versus Riddick
me
Bowe. It's gonna go
let me
down
say
the
this.
same way.
Let me say this because Clay is a historian like me. You didn't say that when Sugar Ray didn't fight Donald Curry. You didn't say that.
But it's there for Aaron. Listen,
He ran from Aaron Pryor. He ran from Aaron Pryor.
right, and it's there. And as much as he's done in his career, as much as he's accomplished, this gets brought up.
Yep.
It gets brought up. You know what I'm saying? This is going to come up for Canelo.
That situation's a little bit different because Sugar Ray Leonard offered Aaron Pryor to fight. Aaron Pryor wanted more money. He turned it down and said he wanted more money. So
Boom,
he
that's
did
right.
offer him to fight.
Exactly. He
But
finally
he offered him $10 in food stamp.
Yeah, but he priced him out in the fight. In a way, the way he did it was diabolical. But I agree with you. At least he did that. Canelo didn't do that.
Yeah.
Canelo didn't. Matter of fact, Canelo offered the man $5 million. He accepted it, and Canelo took it off the table.
Mm-hmm.
And then said I need $100 million.
100 million.
To fight you.
But David took the offer like bet that. That's what's up.
If he go
See,
beat
see,
up
that over.
Bud, if he beat up Bud real good,
See,
he might
Clay,
get that
see,
100
this
million.
bro. Bet that.
This is what I'm gonna do since we got my man Claymore. Claymore, you remember some years back when Benavidez left his bid on the scale, and the great Mauricio Suleiman said, "Hey, go fight for Turbiev. I'll give you a chance at 75." He said, "No, I don't want to fight him." Now that man 115 years old, he want to fight. So stop acting like this dude is some type of monster. He's not good. He don't want the smoke, man. Canelo beats him dead, and you know it. You know it.
I don't know it.
The biggest
I
hater,
don't know
bro.
it.
You
I
a
definitely
straight
That's
don't know
crazy. I don't know why BVO hates Benavidez. BVO been hating Benavidez a long time ago. BVO been hating Benavidez for years. He been hating him. I don't know what it is with that.
He's not the only one.
Cocaine, bro. Dude's on cocaine, bro. You want a cocaine?
Man, I mean, cocaine is a recreational drug. I never tried it, but I'm just saying.
Hold on. They giving Canelo a hard time feeding the waffle with cheese. Canelo had a waffle with cheese.
That man had computerol.
No, he had a waffle, bro.
All right, man. All right.
You know, BVO a true American. He going to suppress blacks. That's a
Claymore,
fact.
Claymore, let me ask you this, man.
Shout out, brother Smoke.
Go ahead, Dub.
Shout out, brother
I
Smoke.
want to get us back in order because we done got so far out of order with this conversation and BVO nonsense.
Thank you, Dub.
Man, so that we talking about Canelo. We got Canelo and Bud coming up in two, well, not this weekend, but next weekend.
10 days, is it?
Something like
12
that.
or 10 to 12 days?
10 days.
10 days.
Yeah.
So we had kind of a conversation is because I ain't quite feeling it yet. I ain't really got that excitement that I normally have for the big fights. I think I'll have it next week. But man, first off, what's your thoughts of the fight, and do you think it's lacking a little luster and excitement than what big fights normally get?
No, listen, I think the world is so excited for this fight. I think the American boxing space is just the American boxing space, and I think they're just gonna have to catch up. I just think it's part of it. I think the world is dialed in, man. You know those people who fill up Wembley Stadium, 90,000+ people to see fights, they're dialed in. Japan, they're dialed in. Australia is dialed in. Eastern Europe, the Russians, they're dialed in. The Ukrainians, you know, the Russians, the people who love boxing. And listen, man, this is why they hate me, man. I'm gonna be real with you, right? Because I'm gonna call a spade a spade. World championship boxing has left America, and America used to run world championship boxing. Now it's American boxing that's on its own little island by itself. I think the world can't wait for this fight. And me personally, I'm so excited about this fight. I can't even put it in words. I cannot wait for this fight. I've been
I
waiting.
start feeling that day.
Can't
I
help
started
it.
feeling like that the other day. Just like
What
Yeah.
2
about
days
these
ago,
people that's
maybe.
coming out? Wait, what about? I done heard some content that say it's a cherry pick. They don't want to give him his credit. We just beat Jamel Charlo. Now we're going to get some number 3 guy in the world. What's up with these people trying to say it's a cherry pick?
That's their business. Those are the same people who probably said they thought Williams Zepeda won the first 4 out of the first 5 rounds of the Shakur Stevenson fight.
Talk to him now.
I heard people literally say, I heard content creators say that. So what does that mean? What it means is most of the casual boxing fans that we know, and we rub elbows with some of them, don't know what they're looking at when they're watching boxing. The only thing they're looking for is a knockout, and the longer the knockout takes to get, the more boring the fight is to them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand the sweet science that they're watching. They don't understand even how to read it. If you're going to watch Shakur Stevenson fight Williams Zepeda and you give Williams Zepeda 4 out of the first 5 rounds of that fight,
you're crazy. Yeah.
You weren't even watching the fight. So what you saw was Williams Zepeda throwing a bunch of punches and
missing
and
gloves.
And you said he was beating up Shakur. That's what you said. He was beating Shakur up. You respectfully.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're watching.
I think I gave Zepeda 2 or 3 rounds. Maybe I can't remember. I had to go back and listen to the recording, but I don't remember. I don't think I gave him but 3 rounds of tops.
But the baby said it best. He almost knocked you out.
Yeah,
man. But this is the problem, and like Clay, like he just said, even I heard people go to the extent of saying in that I think the second round when it looked more to me like Shakur slipped or whatever.
That's all it was.
But
he definitely was off balance.
But I'm listening. They're like, well, man, y'all want to talk about Tank taking a knee? Well, they missed a knockdown in that fight. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking
about? The Tank
about?
fans they're in love. I've never seen. I was around when Mike Tyson was doing his thing, and I didn't see people act like the way they do for Tank.
No, that's not true. No,
man,
that's
no.
But getting back to the topic, getting back to Bud and Canelo,
kind of love, bro.
Yeah.
Do you got a pick in the fight?
Well, I'm rooting for Bud Crawford, but I'm gonna be real with you. This is a 50-50 fight. It's 100% a 50-50 fight.
You got Nello?
I got Crawford. I got Bud. I got Bud winning this fight. I just think when it all comes down, first of all, he's undefeated. He's a winner, and Bud has the way I am with Bud is you're going to have to beat him to show me you could beat him. And I think I keep hearing people talk about the power, the weight difference, and I'm telling you guys, I don't think there's that much of a weight difference, and I think the power is clearly, you got to pay attention to that. But I also think people are sleeping on Terrence Crawford's ability to get that respect from Canelo, and I think we're going to see that. I think you're going to see Terrence put hands on that man, and I think you're going to see Canelo react to it accordingly, which is, we're going to box. We're going to do hit.
You remember?
Don't get hit. We're going to take our time. We're not just walking through everything you're sending. We're gonna take our time. We're gonna try to. He's gonna turn that. Bud is gonna slow that fight down and turn that into a boxing match. Watch. He's gonna slow that fight down.
Canelo be getting tired too lately too. So, but I ain't see him get tired for real. Man, now I see Canelo get tired, man. If he get tired, Terrence Crawford gonna piece him up, bro.
But let me ask you this,
watch that body campaign too.
Let me ask you this real quick, Clay. So when you look at Canelo, right? People forgot that he beat Austin Trout, who was undefeated.
Yeah.
Nobody forgot that.
Hold on. And if you ask me, he went life and death with Madrimal. So I mean, Canelo has seen every style. Canelo's seen every style. He's going to beat the black off of him, man.
All right,
I can't wait to see your face, man.
I got it. Austin Trout was your favorite fighter because you always bring him up when we talk about Canelo.
That's a great win. That's his best win. That was his best win for a long time.
Me.
For a long time. Hey, Clay, am I wrong? That was his best win for a long time.
I don't think that was his best win. I think that was his best win.
I think that was a great win, though. I think that was a great win.
I think it was a good win. I don't think that was his best win.
Who was his best win?
But I just want you to know that. That you've gone back Let's see how far back you've gone back. You've gone back
10
all the
years?
way. You just went back to 2013, right?
Yeah.
You just went and referenced a fight.
12
No,
years.
I'm trying to be clear. You referenced a fight 12 years old, right? Now, right? Now, let's just put this in perspective, right? And say, listen, okay, that was a great victory, right? That fight got him the Floyd Mayweather fight, right? This is back in the day. So how many fights in between that fight and this fight coming up has he had? And you couldn't find a better one?
He had 20 fights since then.
If the Austin
that was his best win, though.
Let me ask you this question, right?
Nah, Triple G is his best one.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Austin Trout just came beating Cotto. Austin Trout was undefeated. He was hot. They put him in there. We all thought that Austin Trout would beat Canelo. Yes, he was. We all thought that Austin Trout would beat Canelo, and Canelo rose to the occasion. I will give him that one. I think that's his best one of his career because it was clean. No debate. Every win. Hold on, free. Every win was something was wrong with it. The Laura, something was wrong with it. All his big fights.
Wasn't nothing wrong with Laura.
A lot of people thought Laura won. Something was wrong with that fight.
That's because people thought that Laura won doesn't mean something was wrong with that fight.
Something was wrong going on Laura.
What that means?
Hold on, we out of order, man. We out of order, y'all. We out of order.
We out of order. That's why.
Hold up. What that means is that was a good fight. It was a close fight. It doesn't mean that something was wrong with the fight because some people believe that Laura won. Some people believe that Canelo won. People said they went back and watched the fight multiple times and they changed their opinion every time they saw the fight. It just means that it was a very close fight. That's all it means.
Okay, fair enough. But all his wins are tainted. All his major wins are tainted. It's always a split. It's nothing clear. The only clear one was Austin Trout. Everything else was every big fight.
The only win that was tainted.
The Billy Joe Saunders fight was official?
Say who?
Billy Joe Saunders fight when he broke his face.
I thought
Caleb was there.
You forgot about the Caleb Plant fight? That was tainted?
Okay, maybe they'll give
all those
that.
fights was not tainted. The only one that was tainted was the one that he popped dirty in. That was the only one that was tainted.
No. The Laura
Danny
was a split
Jacobs was a good
decision.
one too, man. Danny Jacobs was a good victory.
The Miguel Cotto fight, that wasn't unanimous, was it? Was that fight unanimous?
Which one?
Cotto, was that unanimous?
Yeah.
I mean, does it have to be unanimous for it to be
Yeah, that was unanimous.
I think it was.
Yeah, I like, yes, brother Clay. Yeah, brother Clay, because I like a unanimous. I like a clean cut winner. I don't like a split.
It was 118, 110, 117, 111, 119, 109.
Yeah, that was a unanimous.
Hold on, Prize. Let me do this quick. No matter how we play, man, you can't go off judges' scorecards because I seen a judge commit an absolute crime. She gave Canelo a split decision draw versus Floyd. So
that was nasty.
Floyd beat the tacos out that man.
I'm about to say, yeah, they gave it a split decision. I mean, a majority decision draw because he had one fight. One judge ruled it a draw, so he got a majority decision. So was that tainted for Floyd? No, that was a crooked judge.
What was his best? What was Canelo's best wins to you guys?
That's what I would ask y'all. You got to remember, Canelo stole that Laura fight, man. Laura was whooping his ass.
I think his best victories was Daniel Jacobs.
Okay, that was a good one.
That was a great one.
Mm-hmm.
I think he schooled Caleb, but I think the Caleb Plant fight was a good victory. I think that Caleb Plant was a good Caleb, man. I think the conditioning got the best of him, but I thought that being at 168 pounds and becoming an undisputed champion with that fight, pulling that WBA belt off of him, man, I thought that was a big victory for him, man. A big victory. But
did that fight prove that he would beat Andre Ward to you?
What?
Did that fight with Caleb Plant prove to you that he would beat Andre Ward?
No.
Andre Ward would destroy him.
I think Andre would spank
He would stop him. It would look like bad Chad. That's what that fight would look like.
I think Canelo. Let me tell you something, man, about Canelo, bro. Canelo Alvarez to me, Canelo Alvarez. Listen, man. People they give him so much respect for going up in weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he took advantage of bigger fighters. I think where people give him the respect for going to fight bigger fighters, I think he went against bigger fighters and he brought speed, power, and I think he brought conditioning to the table. And I think he hurt a lot of fighters with that. I think that power he had gave him the ability to be almost one-dimensional to a degree, dare I say, right? Which is, I just want to punch with you. I think whenever it's been time for Canelo Alvarez to become cerebral with a real cerebral fighter, like Dimitri Bivol obviously is one, Erislandy Lara is another one, Floyd Mayweather is another one. I think Caleb Plant, Amir Khan, all those fighters gave him problems, bro, until they didn't, until they got caught. They gave him problems, man. I don't think he likes to fight like that, and I think we're creatures of habits. I'm going to tell you like this. I wonder what Canelo Alvarez looks like adjusting to different looks by Terrence Crawford. I think he's going to try to press, and he's going to try to fit that square peg into a circle. He's going to, like a little spoiled child, and then I think he's going to get frustrated when that circle, when that square peg isn't fitting in there. Does Canelo have it to switch it up, to change it up? Does he have it to adjust, or is he going to do the normal thing he does, which is put that high guard up, walk you down, or B, try to get you to attack his high guard, which Terrence ain't going to bite on that. The same way Dimitri Bivol didn't bite on that. And I think Terrence is going to score, and I think he's going to win rounds. And I think before you know it, it's going to be round 8, and Canelo's going to have to get a knockout to win the fight. And you're going to see him running into a lot of shots. I think Terrence is going to walk him into a lot of shots. Is he going to hurt Canelo?
I don't know.
The man got a beard now. We got
Canelo
a legendary
will
champion.
No, is that the only way to get hurt though? Body is the body gone? Is that the only way to hurt Canelo?
If he
Alvarez?
take the air out, if he take the air out the tires early, he might can do something. Because Canelo get tired to me around
Triple
6,
G,
7,
Triple
8.
G, Triple G was hitting that body with some hooks.
Bro, that dude is a man. He a man like anybody else. He a man. Knock it. Hit him upside his head and watch his equilibrium go like any other man.
He
better have his defense sharp. If he stand on them ropes, if he sit on them ropes and let Crawford tee off on him like he did Bivol, he going to sleep.
And let me
he better keep his defense.
Bivol a coward. He didn't even.
And Bivol can't even crack, and we know Bivol not cracking.
He kept telling him to come in. That punk kept going back. I don't want
Man, BVO, because nobody don't fight the like you like to talk about the Mexican or Soviet style. They don't want to. Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish, man. Let me finish. You don't get emotional on me. Come on, man. So
I'm not emotional.
No, you good. All I'm saying is Bivol, he played it smart. He understood. He waving me in because that's the only way he gonna be able to box with me. That's the only chance he's gonna have. And so I'm not gonna take that. I'm gonna keep doing what I do. I'm gonna keep it in the center of the ring. Now you come to me. I ain't finna play your game. I'm here to beat you. And
when Canelo waved him in,
he won easily. So you can call him a coward if you want to. But what he did was he went in there and he showed the sweet science against Canelo. That's all that happened.
He did. And remember,
this is a sick Negro.
Remember when Canelo waved Dimitri Bivol?
This is a sick Negro.
Come on now. He was like, "Nah, ring. You come back here to the center of the ring."
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a real good one.
These dudes are sick, man. Rest in peace.
This is a sick Negro. That's what's up, man.
You know where you heard it first.
Yeah, that's when he was talking about your boy Ice Cube, who became a puddle. Remember, he stepped away from Muhammad. But
yeah, that was crazy.
That's for another day. We need to worry about the puddle, man. But I'll say this: the thing that's so crazy about this one, me and you are fight fans, bro. If a dude tell you to come here, come bring it, and you don't bring it, he's a coward.
No, you're not, bro. If you want, that's almost like saying, because I know my inside game is better than yours. All right, I want to fight you on the inside. Well, we always say styles make fights. No, it's the person who can implement their style, right? If you can implement your style, that'll make the fight in your favor. But if I don't allow you to do that, then my style is gonna be yours. You know what I'm saying? So why would I, as a fight fan, why would I sit here and be like, you a coward? I done seen plenty of times folks be like, no, come on. You're like, no, you come to me.
Right.
If I'm fighting Teofimo Lopez right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not finna walk to Teofimo Lopez because he want to counterpunch me. I'm gonna make him come to me, and as he does because he struggles going forward. We all know this, and if we know it, then they know it. You know what I'm saying? Hence the reason the man ain't gonna fight Shakur because Shakur gonna box his head off on the back foot.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Dub, why come when Canelo waved Bivol in on the ropes and Bivol waved him back and told him, "No, you get your ass in the middle of this ring where we was at." Why Canelo ain't come back? He stood on the ropes a little bit more. Why he ain't come back to
Because
Bivol?
he knew he couldn't win the fight in the middle of the ring. He couldn't win.
Exactly. And that's where Terrence Crawford got to be successful at, in the middle of the ring. If Terrence can't be against the ropes or nothing like that, if he wants to use lateral movement, fine. But I
I
feel
gotta
like
give you. I gotta
Canelo,
give
I feel
y'all
like he'll
brothers a
get
drop.
tired.
I gotta give y'all brothers a drop.
You out of order. How the man gonna use
Man, come
this
on,
against
man.
me? It don't even make. I want
That's
to ask you this,
crazy.
Clay. I want to ask you this right here in this fight. I done heard a lot of people talk about Canelo's arm punching, right? And how sometimes you just gotta land some shots. You know what I'm saying? And how he could possibly wear your arms out, those type of things. Do you think that'll have any type of success against Bud?
I think it can have success if Bud sits there. Yeah, Bud doesn't want to sit there and play that game with Canelo. I think what you're going to see, what I think you're going to see, Terrence Drew is probably smother the offensive Canelo when he has to. He'll work a mid-range game. He'll process data, right? First of all, both these fighters got the same mentality when it comes to that. You're going to see them spend that first 2 or 3 rounds processing data. You're going to see a lot of feinting. And we're going to find out who's going to be offensive in this fight and who's going to be the counterpuncher. Don't be shocked that this fight isn't a counterpuncher trying to fight a counterpuncher, which may look a little bit like the Madrimov fight. But if it does become like the Madrimov fight, then you're going to see, I believe, some separation where Terrence Crawford is going to be able to take those rounds, which is going to force Canelo Alvarez to do what he needs to do, which is be the bigger fighter, walk down Terrence Crawford, and just try to. That's when you're going to see him punching on his arms and trying to like really just wear him down. But at the same time, I think what you're going to see is that wrestling, that clinch game. You're going to see good body work. And when Canelo tries to really let go of his hands, he's probably going to initiate some good clinches. And I think you're going to see that Terrence is probably going to be the stronger guy in that ring physically. Just maybe not the harder puncher, but just physically, he'll be manhandling Canelo to a degree and attacking that body. And you're going to see some good inside, close range, mid-range boxing going on with Terrence Crawford and some good footwork, some good movement. You're going to see great movement by Canelo Alvarez as well. He's going to move that head. He has great footwork. He has underrated footwork. Even though he's flat-footed, he has a very underrated footwork. So there's going to be a battle of the counterpunch. Who's going to be the counterpuncher? And it's going to look like that Madrimov fight. But I think when it's all said and done, Terrence Crawford is going to be shown to be the stronger fighter. And I think we're going to see the conditioning affect Canelo Alvarez in the later rounds because I think Terrence is going to commit to that body. I think that body hasn't been tested.
You don't think it's going to be Oscar versus Pernell Whitaker?
No.
So one, and then I'm gonna pass it on to the brother. But last question I got for you, as far as this fight goes, who you think got the better corner? You think Bomac and
Bud.
So Bud got the better corner by far, in your opinion?
I think he brings a team. I think he brings a solid team. I think Bomac I think Bomac and Bud have a great relationship. I think Eddie Reynoso and Canelo have a great relationship. I think there's an argument there to say that Canelo has a better corner too. So if somebody wants to bring that argument up, I understand. But I just think Bomac and Terrence just have that chemistry. And I think the camp, as far as camp versus camp, I think Terrence Crawford has a team going to the ring. This is a team sport. Boxing is a team sport. There's only 2 fighters
in what way?
Huh?
In what way?
In what way? In the preparation. When you look at that camp that Terrence Crawford has, you see family, you see Steve Nelson, you see Lester Martinez, you see Shakur show up to the camp, you see multiple different coaches, you see a nutritionist. That's team. That's a team sport right there. And when Terrence goes into the ring, he's just simply delivering the message that the team is put together to deliver to Canelo. And the same thing from Canelo Alvarez. You're going to see Bomac the same when Terrence Crawford fought Errol Spence. That fight was just as much a fight between Bomac and Derrick James as it was Terrence and Errol. You know what I'm saying? That fight was a fight. That was a team versus a team. Did you see how Bomac reacted when he got back to that ring? That was a
Mhm.
team victory.
He was excited.
He had a belt and everything. He had a belt and he walking back there and everything. That man won that fight just as much as Terrence won that fight. You know what I'm saying? And it counts. It all counts, especially in fights like this. In fights like this, man, everything counts. And I think that's why Dub asked who's the best coach in this situation, who has a better corner, because he understands the corner is going to play a factor in this fight. It's getting looked at and it's going to hold just as much weight as Terrence Crawford. And I think Terrence brings that to the ring. I think Canelo has a good coach in Eddie Reynoso, but I think he's kind of one-dimensional.
He got a juice crew.
A good coach. Come on,
He got
man.
a
Come
juice
on,
He's a
man.
great coach. Yeah, look, Eddie Reynoso's a great trainer, bro. He is.
Man, he's a juice crew. He ain't no legendary now. He's a juice crew.
I got that you don't like the man. I ain't mad at that prize, but I do. I got to give credit what credit is due. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The leader of the juice crew. You give that credit? Okay, go ahead. Salute to you.
outside of just
this is a sick Negro.
The man Eddie Reynoso knows boxing. He definitely knows boxing.
Okay,
So
I'll give you that.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
He know boxing a little too good for me, but yeah, you're right about that. He knows boxing.
Nah, man, he does. There's listen, man. A wise man once said, "If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying to win." So
yeah,
listen, man.
that's why I said, how much clenbuterol should Terrence Crawford have in his system?
Hey,
Since the
Prize, you already
WBC,
Come
know.
on, man.
It's the same
what you
thing.
mean?
You
You
know,
tripping,
with
man. You
like
tripping.
Tia Fimo
WBC,
Senior
they
said, they got
changed
to compete with the
levels.
best people in the world. They competing against the best
The
fighters in the world.
WBC
So
higher levels of clenbuterol, so I want
this
Terrence Crawford. I want Terrence Crawford to be on clenbuterol.
Victor
Claymore, this is a
Conte will figure that out.
this is
Yeah, I
a
hope he
horse
does.
this is a horse steroid, right? That helps horses with asthma. That's what clenbuterol is.
Okay.
So all it does is heat your body up to help you lose weight. That ain't
Nah,
what they
that's
call it a
cap.
steroid.
So if it
That's
helps
not
a
It's
cap.
still
horse
on the
breathe,
ban
what do you
list.
think
It's
it's going
still
to
on
do
the
to a
ban
human?
list.
Yeah, it's on the ban list, and not to mention the WBC
It
higher
opens your
the
lungs
levels.
up.
Okay,
It
well,
helps
I
heat
hope
your
Exactly.
Terrence
body up.
Crawford.
And that's
I
what
hope
he
Terrence
needs. It helps
Crawford
his
holds
stamina.
right, and I hope Terrence Crawford has the right amount of clenbuterol in his system to go and whoop Canelo behind. Yes, because
So
since it's
when
legal in the right.
so when he beat the fried chicken and greens out of him, I don't want you to hide, bro. Because you the
I
same guy.
how I'm
Hold on,
your main man. How am I high?
you the same guy that called Bill Kibbles and Bits
Okay, and I
on
came on the
Canelo cherry
channel and said I
picking.
was wrong. I came up here and said I was wrong. You still
You
talking
about
about
to be
that
wrong
10 years ago?
again. You about to be
Prize,
wrong again.
That's fine.
Prize.
I don't
Clenbuterol is
mind being
what they
wrong.
feed like a Mexican bull.
No, they
Terrence
don't.
Terrence Terrence Crawford. He's working with the American Dream.
Well,
Clarissa Shields. They got the top scientists in the world.
Yeah, the one
Turkeyology.
the
The
one that
Grand
shoots you
Prix.
right in the ass like they did Marion Jones and
yeah, and I hope Terrence
Sugar
Crawford
Shane
got the
Mosley.
same amount of
Everybody get a shot in the
clenbuterol as
ass.
Canelo got to make it
Clay,
even.
you see what I did with around here? You see this?
Listen,
Clay,
man, it's
yeah, you
all
talking
good,
about a
man.
shot in the
I'm gonna
ass,
keep it a
man. That's
beat.
what
I'm
they
gonna
talking
keep it
about.
$1 up here. You know it.
Listen, man. If it's on the ban list, it's there for a reason, man. I'm sorry. Canelo Alvarez is got more open lungs. That means he can run for a longer period of time. That means he can work on his conditioning in a different way. That means he can go for longer periods of time inside of the ring. There's benefits to it, and once it gets out of your system, you still keep the benefits. Man, he's just got to be a clean fighter, bro. Just if it's on the ban list, you effed up, bro. You're a
Well, let me
chicken,
ask you
man.
this. Let me ask you this as a side note, Clay. So when you make a mistake, how long should you pay for the mistake in your opinion? This is a side note away from boxing. What do you think? When you make a mistake in life, how long should you beat yourself up for that mistake, or what should you do, man? How did you address it when you made a mistake and you know, hey, I made this mistake, I want to grow from it, and I don't want to repeat it again? What would be your advice to somebody trying to do that?
You got to get over it for yourself. In order for you to move forward, you got to get over it. But you also have to accept the fact that the spaces that you're in will remember that, and that'll be taken into consideration when dealing with you. And you got to accept that that's part of it. You know what I mean? And you can't put a time stamp on how long they're allowed to feel however they trying to feel. Your job is to, forgive yourself, move on, find validation within yourself, and do better every day. Just be better every day. That's all you can do. But don't let it hold you down and be on top of your head, because that ain't helping nobody. So if everybody else want to be mad at you, that don't mean you gotta that you supposed to be mad at yourself. That ain't got nothing to do. That's their problem. You know what I mean? But also don't be sitting there acting like a little bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, why people mad at me, bro? You did
Play
good
like
shit.
that.
What the heck you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna feel the kind of way.
Speaking of that, let me ask you this, because one thing that I know that you're passionate about, man, is God, man. How has God helped you become a better man, in your opinion?
Am I passionate about God? I don't know. I am somewhat passionate. You know what I'm saying? I'm a spiritual person, man. I don't know, man. I just think when that's that validation. You know what I'm saying? You know, Kanye West one time said, you could fear God or you could fear everything else. You know what I'm saying? Pick your poison. You know what I'm saying? But once you fear God, then you fear nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Like I fear God and I fear nothing else. But if you don't fear God, then you probably scared of any damn thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stay away from you because you might shoot me by accident. Think I'm trying to do something because you
By
caught up.
accident. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So my last question, because I always ask these questions because I got a few kids that watch the show. When you're trying to build intestinal fortitude, like trying to build toughness within yourself, what's something that you would give a young kid? How do you build that will to do certain things? How did you build that up in yourself?
Power. I'm power hungry. And
In what way?
Control. I like to have it. And one thing I know is when you own and you have accountability and you own everything you do and you're able to take accountability, that goes with power. That's a very powerful person because that means nobody can't move me off my square. Nobody can't mess me up. I only can mess me up. So accountability gives you power. You know what I mean? I tell my kids that, you know what I'm saying? Can't nobody hold nothing off your head. If you did something wrong in school and you got caught up, you know what the biggest thing you could do? Admit it. Take ownership. Then what? Now what? Hurry up, punish me. Let's get it over with. Let's get it done. But you ain't finna have me acting like no little bitch. You're gonna have me sitting here cowering, higher, trying to deal with no lies. You know what I'm saying? That's that there's a certain amount of respect there. I can, you know, my son, salute to my son, man. I'm really proud of my son. You know what I'm saying? My son is 18 right now, but you know, look you in your eye.
Man.
Look, yeah, you know what I mean? Look you in your eye and tell you the truth. And that's admirable. Look you in your eye and tell you the truth, man. And if I'm proud of anything, is that's it. You can't.
And especially coming from your son, you not only did the truth set you free, but it's coming from your son.
Oh,
I got a 22-year-old son, and I know exactly what you're talking about, brother.
Yeah, I'm confident. I defend my son on anything. Like if my son looks me in my face and says, "Dad, I ain't do that," I'm gonna look at the other person and be like, "What the fuck you lying on my son for?"
He ain't do it. Facts.
He ain't do it. Period. You know what I'm saying? Period, bro. You don't know.
I've been in a situation like that.
I know my son. I know. You don't know.
None of y'all know. Right.
Yeah.
Talk
That's
to
why
him.
you see him.
Speaking of that, I gotta ask you this because you kind of brought up something that I try to tell the youngsters all the time. How are you so emboldened and always telling the truth? Because you tell the truth even if it's going to make you suffer consequences you don't deserve. How did you become such a truth teller?
Power, man. I mean, I'm power hungry. I don't know. I really am. And I'm not listening. I lie. I ain't stupid. The police come over here and I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? I'm lying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But listen, man. When we get that out the way, you can't do nothing to me. I'm confident in my space. I don't care what you trying. People try to put a jacket on you and they try to project on you. When you living in your truth, you just laugh at those people because it's like, bro, you can't convince me I'm something that I'm not. So just because you sitting here saying everything, and if it's not true, it's not true. What do you want me to do? You saying it 100 times does not make it true. When I give you my truth, you either going to accept it or you not. But what you're not going to do is be able to manipulate and deliver a message and project it on me as if I said it or as if this is how I feel. Because you know why? Because I'm going to tell you how I feel. So there's not going to be no, that's just you trying to be confused in your mind about how you want to metabolize what I'm giving you. You know what I'm saying? But I have nothing to do with that. And I give zero shits about it. I give absolutely zero fucks.
It's funny that you said that.
Feel about it.
Because listening to another, real quick, hold on. Listening to another power hungry person, it makes complete sense because I have power in certain situations, in a lot of situations.
Mm.
So I know exactly what you I know exactly what you mean. Like I need more of it, but it doesn't like affect me, make me mean. Like 'cause BVO will tell you, like I'm cool. I've been cool with BVO from day one already,
Mm.
and a lot of the brothers, the STN brothers, will tell you I'm cool. But I understand what you mean. And only a person that's power hungry would only understand what you mean. And I am one of those people.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
power
true. We
The,
got
hungry,
re-
and I
the
all
know
reason
this.
I, the
own
reason I,
shit.
the reason I say that is because one thing I think a lot of young kids, and this is just for me, because I really got a passion for, especially for young men. Doesn't matter, black, brown, whatever. I want to see men be men. And
Mm.
one thing I notice is sometimes, because I think at times you come off kind of stoic in how you approach it, people mistake that for it to being soft. So what I'm trying to do is like for my young guy, because I like to play these interviews, and Dub will tell you that.
Mm.
I'm trying to get a better understanding from you of how you can explain to a young man, say, hey, just because I'm approaching it with respect doesn't mean I'm soft. That's what I mean when I
Oh
say that.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
power can be so broad. A lot of kids don't know what you mean when you say power. That's why I'm asking. That's why I kind
Yeah,
of seem like I'm
that's a
making
good
yeah.
sense.
question.
I think that I think time has to be sometimes it's just time, man. You know what I'm saying? But you just obviously you lead by example. You move in your own authority, in your own power, right? And you move and through time, somebody will see it for what it is. Some people just won't see it either, man. Not everybody can go. So these kids also have a journey that they got to go through. God's giving them an assignment, and it's up to them to choose to acknowledge that assignment and move, in what steps God has ordained for them to move in. So it's not really no one word answer, man, but live it,
Yeah.
live it. Being an example. That's why it's important for our kids to watch us build, watch us succeed, watch us deal with adversity. That's the biggest lesson we can ever give our kids is to be, because believe it or not, we grew up. I don't know, I'm older than probably everybody on this damn panel, maybe not, I don't know, but I grew up in the house where it was like, do as I say, not as I do. But let me tell you something, man, that shit is bullshit. Ain't nobody doing what you say. We looking at what you do. And we don't want to hit hypocrites is a hypocrite. And if you're doing something else and you coming at me talking about I need to be doing something else, you losing credibility in ways you can't even imagine. You know what I mean? On how I look at you. So it's important that we live our own truths for our children. You know what I mean? That we are making sure we live our truths and we stand behind what we believe in. We stand on our square. But there's not no one cookie cutter way of approaching it. You know what I mean? With my kids, listen, my youngest daughter, my daughter, this is my baby girl, this is my twin, right? Yo, that girl will lie to you, bro. Like, listen, that I love my daughter, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she will lie to you, bro. Like, if she did something, you're gonna have to like look in her eye, sit her down, and stop playing with me. It's gonna take you a minute. And trust me, at the end of that hour and a half, you're gonna be like, why couldn't you just say that?
Bro,
I mean,
you sound like my 12-year-old, bro. She
bro,
will
you just
defend
know,
to the
right? You
end,
know
bro.
your kids. If you know your kids, you know your kids. It's like, I love my kids, but
Man,
this one right here, this one gonna lie right to your face.
the kids got that rat and stuff is going around, and the kids are scared to talk. They got kids scared to talk to their parents because they ratting. You know what I
And and,
mean?
and and
So
and I tell my kids, I've made an agreement with my kids ever since a young age. If you tell me the truth, I'm telling you, I'm not whooping your ass. Like, and
right,
I mean it.
facts.
I mean it. Like,
Facts.
I don't care how mad I get. I'll punish you. I'll take away everything I've ever given you. I'll take the doors. I'll take the door hinges. I'll take the television.
The
I'm taking
station, everything
anything I
go.
gave you.
Everything must go.
If you got extra shoes, I'm taking them. You only
Go.
wearing these 2 pair of shoes. You rotating them. I'll take everything I'm giving you, but I will not whoop your ass. But if I gotta catch you in the middle of a lie, and I gotta work extra hard, and you lying to me, and you make me look stupid in front of these people in this school,
You
you make
done.
me look dumb,
You
I'm gonna
done.
tear you up. I'm gonna tear it
And I
up for
got
the
a big
old,
son, so I used
the
to have to
new,
tear
and the
my son
children.
up. I
Yeah.
used to have to tear him
Hold
up.
on.
I used to have to tear him
Hold on,
up
hold
a
on
little bit
one
extra.
second,
You know what I'm
hold on one
saying?
second,
He
one
big
second.
like BVO.
Hold on one second. The reason the reason I say this is because I think what we missing, and this is to be honest with you, man, because we don't have the patriarchy no more. It's kind of the matriarchy now. I feel like that's enabled so many young men to not even understand how to move as a man. Because I'll be honest, I like to go play basketball and stuff like that, right? And sometimes when you hear these younger guys talk, maybe because I'm getting old, I don't know, but I hear the woman. I don't hear them. I hear like that sounds like something a lady would say. I don't know if you ever had that moment.
Yeah.
And it's like even the crazy emotional reactions that you see now that's more common. Like I seen this video, this young man tore his mom's sink off, tore her sink up, tore her fridge up, ripped her whole house apart. And the only thing, she could say was why. And I feel like it's just this thing in our community. I think Wallow 267 said it best. There is no accountability. So when you say accountability, I think people realize that's a foreign word. In the 90s, early 90s, late 80s, it was kind of different. I don't even think kids even know what accountability looks like anymore. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. That's why I kind of presented to you that way. What would you say?
No, I mean, I think accountability is a powerful thing, man, and that's our job is to hold our kids accountable. For sure, you know what I mean. That's definitely a big part of it, man. But no, when you say you hear them reacting in a certain way, where you hear a woman, yeah, bro. Listen, man. A lot of these kids out here don't have that masculine impression on them. You know what I mean? They don't know how to deal with it. When they get upset, they get emotional. They want to break stuff. They want to yell. They want to throw fits. Listen, man, an emotional man is a dangerous, is a criminal. You know what I'm saying? An emotional man is a criminal, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's dangerous. Emotional men are dangerous, bro. That's why we're not supposed to be emotional. We're supposed to be stoic. We're supposed to carry ourselves accordingly, and we're supposed to be in control of our emotions, because when we get emotional,
we're supposed to be logical.
As logical as we can be, because emotional versions of us we kill people, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We hurt each other.
I seen an RRP to the great Kevin Samuels. He was talking to a lady and she was talking about how, talking this crazy stuff. And he said, "Ma'am, do you have children?" She said, "Yeah, I have a son." And that man said, "Well, there you go. You got another young statistic. Going up because you're being raised by somebody who they're not showing you how to think logically. They're going off of their emotions, and when you go off nothing don't make sense to you. The most common things don't make sense. So you just because you feel a certain type of way, you'll go do whatever you can to express that feeling when that ain't your job, brother. You got to sit there and you got to think about all the consequences that come with your decisions. And so I agree 100% when you come with that whole, man, you can't be emotional as a man because, like you said, we carry a little different burden in this world.
Listen, we get emotional. Things can happen. Bad things happen, bro. You got a lot of all that. I think the last time I came on here, I talked to BVO about that, but all that crime you see happening in Chicago and in your city and all this drilling and everything, that's a bunch of emotional little boys, bro. That's a bunch of upset boys, emasculated little boys, you know what I'm saying, who are trying to prove themselves in the streets in a way they can never prove inside their home because their mama is not trying to hear it.
And right? I'm glad that my son
and it's clown stuff too, man. But this the last question of the day. I really want to bring this up. Like, also what I will talk about too, there is a such thing, I think, of going too far as a father. Like, I was watching the Rampage Jackson thing, and I'll be honest, when I look at Rampage Jackson, that's like talking to Big BVO. He gonna say something crazy. He gonna always challenge your manhood. You a hoe. You a punk. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, do you think that left him ill-equipped when he got angry and he grabbed that big dude and slammed him and tried to beat the life out of him? What did you think? Do you think Rampage failed him as a father in that instance?
No, I don't think he failed him. Man, listen, man. That video right there was so crazy, right? But man, bro, I think that was a social media thing, personally. I don't think that was Rampage as much as, whatever was happening on social media, whatever people were saying to him. Big shoes to fill in, man. Tough father, MMA legend, beating people up. You're in the same thing he's in. You're wrestling. You're trying to figure it out. You looking some kind of way with all these cameras, man. It's a lot of pressure, man. A lot of pressure, bro. And when you got all those abilities, and he got you could tell when he hits that switch, it can go left. Oh man,
that was a big dude. That was a big duty grab. That was a big duty grab.
Listen, he did that dude. violated that dude, bro. That dude ain't never been beat like that in his life. I promise you. I don't care how much wrestling he's done. He's never been handled like that in his life. I looked at it and I was quiet when I watched it. Now he made me quiet. I was like, damn, get him off of him, bro. I thought he was gonna kill him.
I did.
I thought he was gonna die, bro. I thought he was gonna literally die. Nah, Rampage ain't failed his son, man. Rampage got his son back. Rampage is there for his son. Rampage looks like he has a good relationship, a close relationship with his son. But yeah, shit happens, man.
I heard his son say, everybody think I'm a punk. Everybody think I'm a pussy. I'm not a hoe. I'm not. And when I hear dudes talk themselves, because I'll be honest, because my dad was so tough, that stuff don't bother me. There's not much you can really say that's gonna bother me because I done had my dad say some of the most hurtful things you can imagine. So it's like there's nothing that's gonna really bother me. But then it'd be like the opposite of that, where you will have a guy who gets some type of complex because their father said this and that. I thought that's kind of what showed through. What would you say, Clan Duck and Free, whoever? Go ahead.
I don't think. I'm telling you, man. I think it's all fun, man. You know what I'm saying? I think it's all fun. I just think shit happens, man. I think shit just happens, and I think people listen, man. Could you imagine growing up in a situation where you know how to do a lot of damage to somebody, but your dad or the people around you letting you know, like, yo, don't be flipping, don't be hitting these white people, don't be jumping, don't be beating people up. They gonna try to put you in. So he's letting a lot of shit slide in his life that he probably doesn't want to let slide, and now it's culminated to this piece of shit hitting me upside my head with a damn can, and he's thinking it's so sweet that he just hit me in my head with a can. This dude just hit me in my head with a can in front of the cameras, and I gotta walk away from this. I gotta think about jail, and I think he just had it. I think he had enough. I think he's been tried in certain ways and he's let people talk to him in certain ways and let things slide in a certain way. And I think that wrestler was a prime candidate. Like, this is a tough guy, bro. This guy's a wrestler. Listen, man, he know what it is. From what I understand, somebody told him he can get his lick back. Yo, he got his lick back. Crazy. But he got his lick back, man. Oh, you got his lick back, bro.
He got his lick back. He got it back.
What do you think about that Dub? I even get a Dub and Free and B3 and Prize. What did y'all think about it? Because I never got y'all's opinion on that.
Man, I thought, and I agree. I think that sometimes life presents in a certain way that it pushes you, and it just all culminated into what we kind of saw. It happened wrong, you know what I'm saying? I definitely can't condone it, but at the same time, just listen to what he said after. The same way he was talking about, well, they gonna stop prying me. I'm gonna show y'all who I really am. It ain't sweet like that over here. And then also, I think that the wrestler, he thought that the brother was gonna be a part of the show because it was the promoting thing going on. So that's already out of order. Then you got the guy who's running the event talking about you can get in there during the fight and get your lick back or whatever. It's like it just all the owner. I think either the owner, promoter, whoever he was. That's what they said they agreed on or something like that.
Yeah, they showed the
nigga just jumped in the ring. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they showed it. That was a setup.
I didn't see it. I didn't see that.
He told him if anybody got a problem, I'll jump in there. He's like, you gonna get your lick back. He told him that, bro.
So I just think it all culminated in what we saw. It just was, unfortunately, it was the imperfect storm, and it probably happened the worst way it could have happened. But I mean, that's what happens when everything starts to build on you, and he just kind of snaps. That happens to people. So
yeah, and he had a little bit of a concussion. You know what I'm saying? Going into that.
That's the other thing. He had been. Yeah. They said he had got concussed in sparring or whatever. Had been throwing up and all this other kind of stuff. So it was the imperfect storm, and it kind of culminated into that. And that,
when he slammed him, I think when he slammed him,
he knocked Buddy out. Then
I think he kind of expected a little bit of a pushback, a little bit more of a fight. Like, let's fight. But dude went to sleep, so he's like, I'm gonna take off on your mouth, bro. Pause. Like, I'm gonna get
that was bro. Crazy, bro.
Yo, I don't know. He blacked out, bro, because that dude was just unconscious.
Now, is this young? Is he facing time?
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know how they're gonna deal with it, but I'll tell you this though: that manager saying get your lick back. Listen, bro, he might get in trouble.
He might go to jail too. Yeah,
he might not get all the way in trouble, bro. He might, you know what I mean? He might get
because of the event. I'm almost positive that they have certain contractual things that they already
Right.
had kind of taken care of. I don't think, and I don't know what it is for him. Like y'all said, I hadn't seen exactly what the ramifications are going to be, but I don't know if it's even possible for you really to get the law involved like that because of the type of event it was.
Yeah, and he's not you made him part of the event when you told him he can go into the ring.
Exactly.
It's not like he jumped in from the crowd and he wasn't part of the event. No, you made him part of the event. You invited him to be part of the event, man. Like, how much can you really hold him accountable? Like, all the way. He legitimately could be like, yo, bro, I thought it was wrestling. I thought this is what we do. I thought, you know what I mean? I thought there was
Nah, that I was always under the assumption that wrestling was play. For
yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't
it's for
know that.
entertainment.
But
You
I
know what
don't
I'm
know
saying?
that
So this
if I'm
kid,
Roger. I don't know that. I don't know that. I mean, he might know it, but I'm just saying
yeah,
there's a
but he can
legitimate
crack.
defense.
But see, that's the thing, though, bro. He got a daddy that fought for a living, so we can't hold his hand. And I think he actually a grown man, Raj. I'm not sure is
Yeah,
he
he's 25.
17?
Nah, you're a grown
25.
man.
Yeah. So come on, man. He had
Nah,
a
but I'm talking about defense in a courtroom. You can't prove that man knows that wrestling is fake. You cannot
Yeah.
prove it. You can assume it, and we know it, and I believe he knows it's fake. But you can't prove in the court of law to hold him accountable. If you say he can go in there and get his lick back, he's watching people get hit with chairs. He's watching people get slammed on their head. He can first of all, he's not jumping on the stand, right? They're not.
Absolutely
No good
not.
lawyer is going to even allow him on the stand. They're going to have to prove that they had some sort of disclosure that he signed, or they gave him some instructions about they gave him guidelines on what he could do, what he can't do. If they did not have that conversation with him and have it documented to prove that he agreed to operate in a certain capacity and not go outside of that box, that man has a legitimate argument to say, I didn't know it was fake, or I didn't know how far I could go. I was told, go up in there, get your lick back.
And
and that's and
also,
that's the same and that's the
if he
same
sit there and tell
mentality.
you, but
Dudes
if
can
he,
say anything, bro. Just like with
but
Ryan, he could say I was ashwagandha and it was the white
Are
man
you trying to bring up
scooter.
Devin Haney
Come
again?
on, man.
hold
I
on,
mean, it
let
could
them,
be, but that's what I'm just talking about. The
but three,
concept is dudes can say whatever they want and lie.
but three,
Yeah,
You know what I'm
the
saying? It's
that's
problem
what they're
is,
going to
nasty.
do. They're
but
going to lie
if he
and get
get up
away with
there,
it.
but if he get up there and say, well, I didn't think it was fake because when he hit me across my head with the can, that wasn't fake. So I mean,
He said, get my lick back. You know what lick I was trying to get back? A can upside my head that
yeah.
exploded upside my head. That was
I
not
mean,
fake. So why would I think he said, get your lick back? I didn't practice wrestling with these. I'm not a wrestler. I'm an MMA fighter. Look what I do.
Yeah, that's a
exactly.
good point.
So
So to my brother Billy, but before we let you go, Clay, I want to say this. Picture every guest we have, we try to get a shout out for this young brother, man, because my man TD Sports, when he met Xander Zayas, he was crying, man. So
hey, hold on.
we just need you. We need you to shout out my man TD Sports, man, because he cried so
Yeah,
hard
we not
when
finna
he
do
met
that.
Xander, man. Please
What's
shout
his
him out,
name?
man.
Don't do it.
TD
Don't do it,
Sports.
Clay. Don't get a part of it.
I'm about to
Don't
mute.
be a part of it.
I'm about to mute him. I'm about to mute this brother.
That's
TD
crazy.
Sports. We had my man Bree Norman Sr. do it. We had Bernard Hackett do it. Now we need you to give him a shout out too, man. Shout out my man TD Sports for us, man.
Shout out TV Sports. It's your boy Claymore Rain, man. Shouting out TV Sports. Salute, man.
Because he was crying so hard, man. I said we're gonna start getting him some shout outs, man. Because he look at this picture, man. He
And
cried
great
so hard.
champion right there. That's a great young champion right there, man. Great young champion, dog.
Hey, Clay,
And
I
the
want to ask you
brother
one
and the
last
brother
question.
didn't cry either. By the
I
way,
want to
Johnny
ask
Boy
you
said
one
he
last
cried.
question, though.
Johnny
One
Boy
last
said he
question.
I
cried.
don't care what Johnny Boy said.
What you think about the Lester Martinez versus and Billy
And
fight? What
Billy,
you think about that?
I think that could
I
potentially
love
steal
that
the
fight.
show. That's gonna be a great fight.
That's a
Gonna
great
be a
fight.
fight.
Me too, Doug.
Yeah. Great fight. I think I don't know, 50-50, but I'm leaning towards Lester Martinez, but
We agree. But I still,
Yeah.
like you said, it's a 50-50 fight. That's going to be a good one right there.
And Billy got
I
all
like
the muscles and
Martinez.
can't
I don't
punch, man. I
know.
don't get that. He got all the muscles and can't punch.
BVO tough, man. You rough,
Man,
bro.
muscle don't give you punching power, man.
I'm just saying he like Tim Bradley, man. He look like he ready to hurt somebody and don't do nothing.
Tim Bradley ain't had no power neither.
That's
why I said
that's
that.
what he said. That's what he said.
On
Hey, I
that
mean,
note, man.
it's a lot of strong guys that ain't got no power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Punching
On that
power,
note,
that is.
where can they find you, Clay, man? Because we ain't gonna see you for a couple months. When can they find you?
Oh man, Claymore Rain, man. I mean, you can go directly to it. I'll put the link in here. Matter of fact, right quick, if you don't mind. That way, that makes it a lot easier, right? Put the link in your channel. Boop. Swipe
Yeah, man,
it.
you should have seen that picture, man. Tommy was crying so hard, man. I
Man,
felt bad, man. Shout out to
that's
TD.
that's
Hey,
crazy. Shout out
your
TD.
brother, your brothers will talk worse about you than anybody else will.
Oh
Won't
my
they?
God, man. And TD not in here to defend himself, bro. Shout
It
out
don't
TD,
matter.
man.
It
He
don't
wasn't
matter.
crying.
He said when I met Emiliano, I was crying. I wasn't crying. I don't know what you talking about.
Your
You're a
eyes were
big
full.
Emiliano. You're a big Emiliano Vargas fan.
Oh man.
The
No, I
biggest.
like Abdullah Mason.
Oh
Oh
wow.
my
Now
God.
he
Oh
lying.
my God.
Well, hey, let me ask you guys a question. What do you guys think about Bomac saying? I want to quote him, right? Bomac doesn't believe Canelo Alvarez is the bigger fighter or is bigger than Terrence Crawford. How do you feel about that statement?
I can understand it. When we're talking about a bigger fighter, as far as size goes, I look at length, height, you know what I'm saying, and what Bud,
With
if he what he gonna end up putting on. If he I don't think he's gonna come in at one. I think he'll probably come in like 165, something like that.
yeah.
164. A little underweight, but
Mhm.
because of the length size range that he already possessed, and yeah, I can see Bud being he already gonna be the bigger, longer, rangier guy. So
Mhm.
or not, I ain't gonna say bigger. He's gonna be the longer, rangier guy. It depends on how he put that weight on. So he could be right. He could be.
Canelo he just more broad than Terrence. You know, it's the width. Everything else, you know, like Dub just said, he gonna come in like 160. I feel like 163, 164. You
Yeah,
know,
I
he gonna
think he's
come
gonna
in
come
like
in
that.
shape. He's gonna
Yeah, he
come in
gonna
shape. He ain't gonna be caught up in
right,
the
right. He
size
gonna
that much.
no, he
Well, he
ain't
said
coming
the
out and
same thing for Jamel, and Jamel didn't do it. He
Jamel
not
don't got
cut.
Jamel is a
he don't
He ain't
got
horrible
the
cutting.
heart
example.
like he
Bud
don't got
Bud is
heart
not
like
cutting no extra weight for no reason.
he don't got heart like Terrence Crawford, bro. Terrence Crawford
Stop.
listen
You
when
know he don't. Stop it, BVO.
and
You
Jamel's
know
one of
damn
my
well
favorite
Jamel came
fighters.
in there,
Thank you.
took that
Thank
damn
you, Brother
money
Clay.
and ran
Thank
off
you.
with that damn money, bro. That man took that money, went around the
Clay,
corner, and left
that's my
standing there
guy, man.
waiting.
Don't do
Thank you,
that.
bro. And that's
Yeah,
my guy
That's
too.
our brother, Clay. That's our brother, man.
My
And
yeah,
that's
because
brother
my
you
did.
love
brother
him.
My
too.
brother did what a lot of brothers do in the hood, bro. He said he's gonna be right back, and he ain't come back. We was
Yeah,
sitting right there
facts.
like, where the hell that man go, bro? He said he was coming back with that pack. That man said, "You
He ain't
dead on
he
this
ain't come
money.
back,
Yeah,
bro.
he
You
came
dead
back
on
just to
this
Man,
money.
stab his
I'm out."
best friend in the back.
That boy had a plane ticket, had
listen.
Yeah.
an Uber waiting for him
Terrence
around the corner,
Crawford,
bro, and went to the
Terrence
airport.
Crawford, when Canelo
Yeah,
feels
that's
how
a fact.
strong Terrence Crawford is, I'm telling you, I just feel like Terrence Crawford's gonna upset.
You said what he
He's
gonna
gonna
do?
upset. When
When
he
he
feels
feel
how
out strong.
strong Terrence Crawford is, when Canelo feels how strong Terrence Crawford is, he's gonna
No did it. I say no did it. I say no did it. No did it.
Extra
that's
pause. Extra pause. He
man,
said,
come on,
hold up.
man.
What do you mean how strong he is?
What you mean?
No pause, man. We just having some fun.
So we
Probably
I
just
gonna
know
get
it's
on
all
this shit.
I know, yeah,
He
I
get
know
off
BVO
his
Hey,
know
nut
I
let me
hit
shit.
ask one more question before I leave. One more question for the panel.
But
Sebastian Fundora and Keith Thurman.
one
I
time.
don't give Keith Thurman a chance in that fight.
Nah, one time.
I wish sometimes would have did this earlier in his career. I think he gonna get stopped to the body, and if he don't get stopped, the one thing I give him, I think he's gonna be the smarter man in the fight. I think he's gonna be the smarter person in the ring. But I mean, once he starts spitting the mouthpiece out, you know what I'm saying? And,
Oh man.
Did
and
you see them?
but
Did you see them face off today?
I
Hmm.
haven't seen it yet. I got to go watch it.
Yeah.
It's very
It
entertaining.
was absolutely ridiculous.
Yes, it was.
The
Um,
size, the height difference.
it just didn't
Yeah,
make
No,
no
Keith
one
sense.
Thurman
time
stood
is
on a
It was
ladder.
ridiculous. It
He
was
stood on a
ridiculous.
ladder, bro. He stood
And
on
then
a ladder.
he took off. He got off the ladder, or the step stool, or the chair, whatever it was. And when he tried to do the face to face, I don't think I've seen something that diabolical in a long time. It was
The last time you
it
seen
was
something
it was
like that,
it
the
was
last time you
intensely
seen something like
diabolical
that
to watch it.
was Caleb Smith versus Canelo. That's the last time you seen something like that.
Maybe, yeah, something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
I think Keith's gonna get.
I got him getting.
he
I got him
just
getting
beat Brock
stopped. I
Jarvis.
got him getting stopped, man.
Don't forget,
I'm
he just
going
beat
with
Brock
Keith.
Jarvis.
I know. I forgot about that. You right, man. I got to think about that, man. I got to rewatch that
I'm
fight.
going
And see
with
how that
Keith,
has
man.
anything to do with this damn fight. With Sebastian Pandora. What in the world you talking about right now? I watched
I
it again
think
for you,
Keith's gonna school
BVO.
this
I
kid.
watched it again for you.
You gotta remember this. One thing I gotta say about Keith, sometimes Thurman, is that he lace niggas, man. That's what he does.
Yes, he does.
That's what he lace niggas, man. We think he don't do nothing, he come out of nowhere and he lace a nigga out. Because you think about that Pacquiao fight, that was a great performance in a loss.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that could have been a draw.
Yep,
Hey,
easily.
Keith Thurman can fight. He can fight, but at the same time, I'm just saying, you older, you're long in the tooth now. Respectfully, sometimes Thurman. That's what I call him. Sometimes, and Sebastian Fundora. Hold on, let me finish. And the other thing is Sebastian Fundora has gotten much better fighting behind his jab. Way before that, there was a time all he did was walk forward. So now he can beat you from the outside and the inside. The man throw uppercuts from the other side of the ring.
Mm.
So it's like,
and then Muay Thai elbows is still legit.
Hey,
Muay Thai elbows.
He open your head up with them elbows, man.
That's
He ain't
crazy.
even been warned by a referee yet. He ain't even been warned. All right,
That's
so
crazy.
he's effectively using that Muay Thai elbow with no pushback.
He got that Floyd elbow. He gonna scrape your face with it. He got that Floyd elbow.
The
I
ref
hope
looking
Keith
at you
Thurman
like,
beat
what
him
you want me
up,
to do?
man.
What I tell you, protect yourself at all times.
What y'all
Like,
gonna say when Keith Thurman beat him up?
that I was wrong.
That's gonna be amazing, and okay. I love that because I don't know who's gonna win this fight. I'm leaning towards Sebastian Fundora, but if Keith Thurman wins this fight, Keith Thurman is legitimately announced himself and has arrived to 154, and he's become part of the conversation. And 154 is a deep conversation. So if he does that, Keith is in the conversation. I want to see him against whoever, bro. I want to see him against Xander. Keith can box. So if he can weather this storm with Sebastian Fundora, he joins the Xander Zayas club. Because I happen to believe that Xander Zayas is like that guy Liam Nielsen on Taken. I think he possesses a certain skill set. You know what I'm saying? And I think you're gonna watch him one fight at a time. And I think by the third time he does it, there's gonna be an understanding that this kid may be an issue. As long as he can stay in the division, because he's growing every time I see him.
You talking about John Travolta with the blowout? He is not about to do nothing.
Watch. Remember, I told you, BVO, watch.
He gonna be at 60. He gonna be at 60 so quick. You wouldn't even blink, and he gonna be at 60.
He's gonna unify. Yeah, he's growing. He might end up at 160, but I think he unifies. I think he unifies in that division, and then leaves.
If some type of way Keith Thurman can win this fight, I'm just gonna be honest. We need to see Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. I'm still on that train.
That's crazy.
Errol never wanted that work.
Or Keith Thurman, Jamel. I'm down.
I ain't got no problem with that either.
Me neither.
Yeah, two old men fighting. On that note, man, as we know, man, the great Claymore stopped by, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Salute, man. I appreciate you, man. To the
See
next
you
one.
soon, man. Appreciate you. Hey, man, that was a great conversation with my man Clay. I always love to have him on.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, you know what I was gonna say though? I don't know. Keith Thurman might can win that fight, though. I think he might can win.
He definitely can win, bro.
He definitely might win that fight,
man, that man finna get his face rearranged like Erickson Lubin. All right.
Lubin dropped him.
Lubin like
and get what? Lubin dropped him and still had
Lubin
fractures in the face. What are we talking
he got
about?
too excited when he dropped him, bro. Lubin should have stayed with his game plan.
And we talking about a Fundora that was, what was that, 3 years ago almost now?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
That's a totally, Fundora has made so many. He's totally a total different fighter than what he was then. So
yes, he was. Yes, he is.
Well, Mendoza folded him in half.
He definitely
closed his eyes. He closed his eyes.
He definitely did.
You remember when Tio closed his eyes and punched Richard Comey? Boom. You think about closing your eyes? That was a real close your eyes.
And Comey chin touched the canvas.
Yeah,
I was like,
that brother's chin man hit the back of his brain, bro. It was over.
After that fight, Comey, he should have retired after that fight. I'm just saying, respectful.
Yeah. On that note, man, you coming on tonight, Duck?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I gotta get prepared, man. I'm nervous right now, bro. I gotta get prepared for tomorrow, man. I got the
You got the
Cowboys
big-
and the Eagles, man. Cowboys and the Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I'm so worried about my Cowboys right now. It don't even make
He
sense.
better be worried. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know why
heard
you're
that.
not
I heard
Oh,
worried.
that.
why did I say that with pride?
I did hear that Dak is gonna be playing. And so is
Well, we knew Dak
Who
was
gonna be
gonna play.
playing? Who gonna be playing?
We knew Dak was gonna play, but what's his name will play as well. My cornerback Trey Diggs. It seemed like he's gonna be ready for the game, and it seemed like my left tackle Tyler Guyton, he's gonna be ready for the game as well.
I hope they
I see
are.
y'all cut Collins, man. I see y'all cut Collins too.
We cut who?
Collins, the dude from LSU. He was I think he was y'all's right tackle. Collins, something Collins. I forget
BVO be
his
up
name.
on
Oh,
them linemen.
Collins. No, okay. Yeah, no. But well, we only signed him for 4 days or something. I say that respectfully. We drafted him, or well, we picked him up. We couldn't draft him because I think that was the time they were claiming the man had killed somebody.
Oh man.
Unalive. Excuse me,
Yeah.
unalived him. My apologies.
That was
But
crazy.
Lyell. But Lyell didn't make the team. He didn't make the team.
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to make the team though.
Shout out to the Cowboys, man. I think they're gonna do great. That defensive tackle they got is a stud, man. So I mean, he's no Michael Parsons, but I don't think y'all got a bad deal out of that, man. Y'all didn't get a bad deal out of that.
Nah, he good. He nice.
Yeah.
Hey man, forget Jerry Jones, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Man, I wouldn't be surprised if y'all beat us. It's just kind of because we're us.
Well, man, divisional games is always crazy anyway. So
exactly,
especially y'all gonna have y'all ring ceremony tomorrow.
We're not taking this lightly.
No, I don't think y'all are. But I do think y'all gonna be coming off of a adrenaline rush after getting that ring.
Yep, that's why I can see.
I don't know exactly how y'all gonna come out, but hey, man, the Eagles got a good squad, so
yeah, hopefully
it's
we
gonna be
come
an
out.
uphill battle.
So hopefully we come out guns blazing because normally we'll get a ring ceremony like this, and then we'll come out and lose 21-6. You know what I'm saying? Everything
So that's what we
goes
hoping
wrong.
for. That's what we hoping for.
And then the city of Philadelphia is gonna be on fire Monday morning on sports radio. They're gonna want to get rid of everybody.
God. If I hear about the city of Philadelphia again, bro. On that note, we out here, y'all. Peace.
Me, I bet. Cleveland sucks.